Dan Ward here with Ward Wrestling Live. Welcome to another podcast. Doing something a little bit different today. I'm right here at my house, just chilling, and I have an awesome guest here. But a lot of the nation know him as a wrestler. I mean, he is a wrestler. He's not just a guy that is faking it on Kelly and doing these cool things on the Hype House. He was a two-time Arizona State finalist, two-time Ohio State qualifier. Arizona Christian wrestler, and now he's transferred into SCU because his coach has come down to SCU. But I welcome today here on the Hype House.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Chris Kelly, man. So what's up, man? It's great to meet you. Running into you at Osceola and getting to know you for that hour or whatever.
Yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, getting
cool
to see someone else working with a camera, I just got really excited, so I had to go talk to you. But that was really
it was
cool.
fun. I saw you trying to get some videos and doing some, and then of course, all the videos and pictures I took, you have access to. You're welcome to them.
I appreciate
Mess around
that
with
too.
them, put them on YouTube, anything you want to do. But so I mean, you wrestling, right? I mean, you didn't just decide to be a YouTuber. You were wrestling first, right?
Yeah, actually, I can get more into that. It was kind of cool. So a lot of people don't know this about me. I was born in Panama, so it's like Central America. And so I was living there all the way till third grade, where I moved to the United States, and things were pretty tough for me. I didn't know English at all, so I was just learning the language. And my mom too was doing the same thing. So mad respect to my mom. I look up to her for what she went through, just for
awesome.
me to have a better life here in the United States. But it was pretty difficult. I experienced it was weird. I never felt like I belonged anywhere. I was just because kids couldn't understand me and my accent was pretty bad. But now, as you guys are watching, my English is a lot better.
Yeah, and it's tough for kids. So I grew up in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up in the elementary school system there was an ESOL program.
Yeah.
And in the ESOL program was a lot of we'd get a lot of South American kids, Cuban kids, Hispanic kids, and they wouldn't know the language right away, so they'd have to go there. But they would become a little bit recluse because of it, because they felt like they couldn't get along or they couldn't be part of the group because they couldn't communicate, right?
Yeah.
Is that something that you kind of went through?
Yeah, I went through that. Actually, that caused me to stress a lot. So I would overeat. So I love looking back at kind of photos, and I'm just a little tiny chub ball, and it's kind of funny. This is before I even
I'm a big
wrestled.
chub ball now. Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. I was 120, fourth grade, fifth grade kid. I was pretty chunky. But yeah, I remember too, just getting into videos was something cool. Because I was stressing and overeating, I was kind of that fat kid in middle school, and kids would just not want to hang out with me. And plus, to add on, my English wasn't very good. So every day during lunch, I would sit by myself and just eat or whatever and look around. But I remember hating middle school because I just didn't feel like I belonged. I would go home and cry to my mom, why did we even move here?
But this is where you found that teacher, right? You mentioned
exactly.
That you were kind of a loner, and this one teacher kind of took a liking to you. So you were. Tell me.
Yeah, so I'll explain that too. So literally, one of the lunch, my sixth grade year, I was eating lunch alone, just as usual, and one of my teachers walked by through the lunch line to get a lunch, and she saw me just eating by myself, and she kind of just invited me into her room, to eat with the teacher. Teachers do that.
Sure.
But I'm 100% positive teachers don't realize how much impact that has on a kid's life. I know with me, it happened to be the video teacher that had asked me to go in. So I went in there every day, just watching her edit videos, and it just intrigued me a lot, and I just learned a little bit over time how to do it. And she was doing a school news show for the middle school, so I got to help out a little bit. She encouraged me to get involved, and I eventually did. 7th grade year, I did the video news show too, and same thing in 8th grade. But it really changed my life. I saw people wanted to be on camera, so they would kind of force them to talk to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. I definitely got a couple friends, which was interesting.
And it was your way to communicate.
Yeah,
right?
It was my way to communicate, and it brought me kind of just happiness doing this video stuff. So.
And it's cool, and we'll fast forward to today, right? But
Yeah.
So you're there. Obviously, you're having issues, probably bullying, anxiety.
Yeah.
You're going through the weight issues. where did wrestling come in?
So I remember my dad was a real funny guy. He was like, okay, we got to do something because you are kind of like, you know, a little chunky. So he threw me into sports. So I did golf, I did swimming, and nothing clicked. Like nothing clicked. Like with the sports I tried out, but my little brother was getting everything. So like he literally like his first year golfing, he placed at state for his division, and I didn't even like place. And then swimming,
you're hitting the ball in the water.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Like my brother is like doing so well in everything he tries, and I'm not. Like what the heck? And then we finally, my dad put me in wrestling. He actually got invited to be a high school coach at his local high school and help out a clubs program, and he just like brought us along, and he just was teaching wrestling. So. We just kind of stuck with it, and now I'm here today with it. So.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? You know, I've heard your two little brothers are really good.
Yeah, I actually have one brother and then one little sister. She does gymnastics.
One little sister.
Yeah.
But you have a little brother that's really good. He's traveled on a lot of the national teams.
Yep.
Some Florida kids I met over the weekend have traveled with him.
Yeah, Paul Kelly. Yeah,
which was probably pretty cool for you to hear, right?
Yeah.
When these kids were coming up to you saying, "I know your brother."
Yeah,
right?
Which was really cool. Yeah, it made me feel more welcome.
Yeah. Not
sure.
only were they saying you're TikTok famous, right? Because when I announced you, I'm like, everybody know the Wrestling Hype House? Yeah, this is him. Holy shit! Remember all the kids? They erupted.
Yeah.
So that had to make you feel good. But how did finding wrestling be able to get you through the anxieties and the struggles that normal kids face?
Yeah, it definitely gave me purpose in life. Just I remember my my seventh grade year when I first started wrestling. I didn't win one match, a single match. I went like 0-30, and my dad was kind of a little bit psycho. He took me all over the place and traveled.
33.
Oh, but yeah. So my dad took me to every tournament possible. So I would travel the country, and I would go 0-2 at tournaments, and like not even good.
And he'd be like, "We just went 5 hours to go 0-2."
Eventually, he got kind of used to it. He just wanted to expose me, but yeah. So it was just an interesting thing, and I just kept with it. I remember my sixth grade year. Not my sixth grade. My seventh grade year, I got sixth place at folk style state, but it was out of 6 guys. And I remember holding that trophy, and I was like, this is the greatest feeling ever. I know I didn't do anything to get it, but it's the greatest feeling ever. So I just continued just working hard, and having my little brother pushing me too. We're super competitive. So like we pushed each other, and we both got each other a lot better. So
that's awesome. And so that gets you through. You end up, fast forward, you end up being a 2-time state finalist in Arizona. You end up at one of the most prestigious wrestling programs in the country at Paris Grand. You end up placing at Ohio there. Not placing, you end up qualifying for Ohio State's there, which is huge.
Yeah.
And then Wrestling Hype House happens. Like,
yeah.
So you've had your vlog for a while. You've always been kind of messing with that. People know Chris Kelly vlogs, but then all of a sudden, this Wrestling Hype House blows up.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from? Where did you guys?
So it was
decide
interesting.
To finally,
So after my 8th grade year, I took a break from videos because I focused on wrestling more. So that kind of got my focus. And then it wasn't until I moved to Ohio my junior year when I picked up a camera again. I remember just vlogging my prom, but everyone loved it and was like encouraging me to do it. So like when's the next vlog coming out? And I was like, okay, I'll play around more. And then I started just doing it for fun. I have some really cool memories on there now. To this day, I can show my kids just kind of the stuff I did.
And that's awesome.
And yeah, it's just dope. I can always go back to it. But so my senior year, COVID hit, obviously. So I didn't have a state tournament, which was really devastating because, you know, being a senior, this is like, and I had a pretty set path to the finals. So I was pretty excited about that. But just getting that, like the day before the state tournament, they said, like, sorry, like, no state tournament. I was so devastated. This
was in Ohio.
This was in Ohio, yeah. So I was pretty sad and about that, and I didn't like get out of my room for like a straight like 2 weeks because school was canceled and everything. I just was laying there like, what the heck? And then I realized like what has gotten me through like some hard parts of my life, like when I was little, and that was videos. And I was already doing the vlogging, so I was like, okay, well, I'll download this app. It's called TikTok. Everyone knows it now. But I remember I downloaded it literally when it came out, and people were like kind of making fun of me for making like videos. But I was like, okay, it didn't bother me. I'm just gonna keep doing the things I love, and this is what helps me, you know, get through a tough time. So I just kept uploading, and then it just got a lot of traction, and I got to work with some amazing people like Roman Bravo, Seth Gross, and just like even Gable Stevenson, all of these guys.
Man, that's and you know, kind of a similar story. I mean, I was in COVID, and I don't talk about it too much, but I suffered from anxieties, and there was stuff that I grew up through that I've had to kind of suffer through, and that's why I kind of raise my kids and get on them in certain ways, because I don't want them to go through the mind struggles that I've had to go through, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And it was the same thing. I've always been a salesperson. I've always been out in the open. So I'm stuck in quarantine, and I'm like, man, what do I do?
Yeah.
The only thing I had to find something to do, and I started the podcast.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to get back to wrestling, but I also want to talk to somebody. I don't want to be stuck in my house for however long. I think we only thought it was going to be a week or a month back then, right? But then
it turned out a whole year. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, another thing too with what you're doing, I have much respect just going out there and doing it. Doing anything in general, putting yourself out there for videos or just podcasts, like it's really hard to do, just because like a lot of people like don't really root for you. So it's something that you just gotta accept in life and just chase your dreams, and you gotta just not care. That's another thing I love YouTube. It just got me over the fact like I want to belong somewhere. I want people to like me. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes, Sure. So that definitely got me over it, just vlogging
and you ended up having 100,000 followers on TikTok, which is incredible. Everybody in the wrestling community knows who you are now.
Yeah.
And then TikTok turns the lights out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
So that I don't know, just canceled the account, which is okay. So I remember that day when they just deleted it. I was super sad. I was like, dang, like I really worked really hard for this, and then just like that, it's gone. But just like before, just anything that happens in your life, that opens a new opportunity. So now I've been more determined on YouTube and been doing YouTube videos. So now I'm focusing more on that on my channel. And but yeah, just other stuff.
Yeah, are we going to see it on the IG Reels? Are we going to?
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to still do some IG Reels at least. And today I made a video with Vaughn, and I posted on the Hype House and also on my page. But yeah, we're definitely going to still post some videos on there.
All right, and something really cool. I'm gonna have Wrestling Hype House with me at Disney Duels next week. He's coming in to work with Ward Wrestling Live. We're gonna do. I'm gonna be doing my photos and everything that I always do, and then he's gonna be running around doing the stuff he does for Hype House, and we're gonna collab all the information, and we're gonna release some cool stuff.
I'm looking forward to that. I've heard about Disney Duels. I never got to be on a team, but yeah, I've heard like there's some crazy good wrestlers there. So it's gonna be fun walking around, vlogging that, and working with this.
Unfortunately, not at Disney this year, but we're over on iDrive. But still, we're still going to see the teams that we see. We're still going to see the amount of people we see. It's
for sure.
It's a 4, 5, 6 day event, whatever. But it'll be cool. I'll have Wrestling Hype House with me, Ward Wrestling Live, and we'll just give back to the kids, right?
For sure.
Man, well, keep doing what you're doing, man. It's awesome stuff. I'm so glad I got to meet you.
Yeah, me too. I'm so glad. Probably one of the best decisions I made was coming out here. So I'm excited for the future. Just everyone I've met so far.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you're welcome in my home anytime.
I appreciate it.
So, man, keep kicking life's ass and doing your thing. It'll be good.
For sure.
Peace.